Okay, guys, welcome to Module 1. In this module, our expert will be looking at essential website pages. So get ready to take some notes and let's jump right in.
All right, guys, so what are the critical must-have pages of any business website? Now, there's three very fundamental things that your website should convey. Number one, who we are. Number two, what we offer. And number three, how or where you can do business with us. And there's some basic pages that can help you convey those three things. And there's plenty of different ways to do it. We're going to look at two examples today. The first one here is a barbershop website template from Weebly. The other one is a car repair shop website template from Wix. And they all have the same basic structure and convey the same basic messages. They do a good job of getting those three pieces of information that we just talked about across. Now, we're actually going to save the home page for last because there's some more specialized comments about the home page that I want to get into, because the home page is kind of versatile and it can be used for a whole lot of different things. So we're going to start with services here. And services, in this case, is what they're offering. If you offer products, or if you're a restaurant or something, obviously this might be a menu page for restaurants. If you sell goods, it would be a products page, but this is basically what we offer. So products/services. And in this case, you can see $55 for a shave and a haircut, $45 here, how to schedule an appointment, and some photos to sort of reinforce what it is that they offer. So that's their services. Next, the About page. Now, the About page is really an opportunity for you to tell your story, get your brand identity across, touch base, build some rapport and some affinity with your audience a little bit. In this case, you've got sort of a story of the founders probably would go inside of this template. And then you've got here an updates page. Now, updates in their case just means blog. Okay, blog. And a lot of businesses, including local businesses, are getting into blogging because they understand that content, number one, people do like to consume content. But perhaps more importantly, content is something that Google loves. And so local business websites can rank higher if they have a lot of content on them. And then we've got contact us. Now, contact information is pretty straightforward. In this case, it's an address and a location. Obviously, there would really be a phone number here, maybe an email address, that sort of thing. This is just a template, like I said. One thing that you really want to consider for local businesses, this really helps customers out, and it gives your website a little bit of a wow factor. That is embedding an actual instance of Google Maps on your site that shows people literally exactly where you are. You will increase your foot traffic if you do this kind of thing. Now, before we come back to homepage, let's go through this whole gambit of pieces of information and pages on that other website that I told you about, which is this one, the car repair and renovation specialist website here. Again, this is a template from Wix, and it gives us a good idea, a good wireframe of the pages that a website should consist of. Now, we'll go through the homepage here again very last in the case of this template and the other one, just because there's a lot to say about homepages. They're a little bit more versatile. Let's go straight to services. This is what we offer. Repairs, upholstery, paintwork. Just getting that point across. If you wanted to add pricing and more details here, you could. In fact, it's recommended on a products and services page to be as thorough as you can. Our work. Now, in this case, this is a portfolio. Now, this is a good one to have. It's not one of those core absolute must kind of things. It's not one of those three absolute must pieces of information. But it is a good idea to have a portfolio page. And yes, these are all considered different pages here, in a sense. This is a new type of website theme where all the pages are sort of on one page, and when you click the menu items, it just scrolls down to that portion. But it is a good idea to have a portfolio page here. Next, we've got the About Us page. And once again, you're just telling a story here. Who you are, why people should do business with you. Contact page, address, email, phone, and in this case, hours of business, and a form where they can contact you. So this is pretty basic, guys, pretty simple stuff. In this case, these guys actually go a step further. They've got a book online page, and you can actually book and start a business transaction basically straight from the website, which is good. Obviously, that depends on what kind of business you have. You can really do that with every single type of website or every type of business per se, but this is a nice little touch here. So now let's talk about the home page and why it's so special. There's a lot of differing opinion on how you should use a home page. Probably the most important thing that you can use a home page for is going to be conveying a unique selling proposition. Because unless you're in some type of brand new, just recently tapped into market, the chances are the business that you're doing this web design service for, or your own business, if you're using this course to create your own website, has a lot of competitors. And so the question is, why should they do business with you? What is your unique selling proposition? And you have an opportunity on your homepage to convey that. They don't really convey that here. It could be conveyed in the About Us section, but it's really something you want to try and convey above the fold. So just as an example, if you were looking at pizza restaurants in your local area, you might come across Papa John's. And Papa John's, right there at the top of their page, might say something like, better pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. That's what it was. And that's their unique selling proposition, that you're going to pay a little bit more, but it's because you're getting gourmet, fresh ingredients and a better, more valuable pizza. But if you went to another person's website, let's say your local Domino's chain, you might see their unique selling proposition conveyed on their homepage. 30 minutes or less, or it's free. 30 minutes or it's free, I think, was the old slogan for Domino's. And in their case, they're appealing to a different audience. They're setting themselves apart. It's cheaper pizza, less expensive. It's for the college kids who just want cheap pizza that tastes good right now. They want it quick and they want it less expensive. So that's a different, unique selling proposition. Okay, so how can you convey you or your client's unique selling proposition on a homepage? It's probably the most important thing that you can put here. Let's get this one out of the way real quick. Let's have a look at the homepage of the barbershop. Right here, you might have an opportunity to convey your unique selling proposition right at the very top. Now, these guys are sort of doing multiple things. You know, those three core things that we talked about that you use different pages for. In their case, they're doing those also, reiterating them on their homepage so everyone can see what they have to offer and who they are and their story and that kind of stuff. So right here, you've got Welcome to South Corner, and here's sort of an About Us story that you might also find on the About page. In this case, they've got it on their homepage. They're trying to build some rapport and establish their brand identity here. They've got schedule and appointment buttons here, so you don't have to go to a different page to do that necessarily. They've got Meet the Owners, right? So the story of the founders, again, more About Us type stuff to build some rapport. They've got a gallery of, past services, maybe. In this case, this, like I said, it's a website template from Weebly, so they can't quite make up their mind whether this is a gallery of products, or in this case, it looks like it would be used more for a portfolio. So images of what you've done, showcasing your services. And then, again, the Contact Us page type stuff is found here at the bottom of the homepage as well. Hours of operation, and a little call to action here, and their little embedded map so people know where to find them. So that's basically why I wanted to save the homepage for last, because homepages can do a lot of things, and in many cases they'll be used for reiterating some of those other core things that you want to convey on other pages. You can reiterate those, reconvey them on your homepage, because a lot of people, maybe they get to your website and they're not going to click through all your different pages. But I would say the most important thing to do on a homepage is to convey a unique selling proposition and give someone a quick and clear idea right there, right then, why they should be interested in doing business with you instead of a competitor. So I mentioned Wix, I mentioned Weebly. We used two templates for these examples here just to go through the core pages that make up a standard, typical business website. And now it's time to actually talk about Wix, talk about Weebly, as well as WordPress and a couple other different options that you can utilize to really start building these websites, either a website for yourself or websites for clients if that's what you're setting out to do. So let's do that in the next module.